gentlemen of International Village. Tonight is Candidates Night, and I'm going to be your leading host or your narrator for tonight. Okay, conducting this candidature nominees that's going on for tonight for the elections, which happen next week. Tonight we have 14 candidates. Before we start, here are the rules and regulations. Please, by any circumstances, no yelling, no screaming, no shouting, no fighting, no pointing fingers. Okay? Anybody pick up a chair, you'll be arrested. Anybody spit, you'll be arrested. Anybody throw a punch, you'll deal with me. Okay, but no, to be honest with you, it's a privilege working here with International Village. Before I started calling out the candidates, it's a privilege working with you guys. April will make me 2 years working here with you guys, and I love it. I want to continue doing what I'm doing here for International Village. In the meantime, before we get started, we have 14 candidates here. We have people who are currently on the board who's running again, and we have people, new additional members who want to run for the board. Once again, I urge you, please, no yelling, no fighting for tonight, please. That's all. No interruption, please. I'm so serious. Okay. At the same time, too, the candidates will go ahead and say what they need to say, present their case. They have 6 minutes, and the audience will have 3 questions to ask. 3 questions within 3 minutes each. Okay? Are we okay with that? No, we're going to sign up. I have everything lined up. No, for you guys. 3 minutes? 6. Okay, 3 minutes for the speech. Okay, 3 minutes for the speech. Okay? Now, when we start, please don't interrupt them as the candidate doing their speech. Please no interruption at all, because we have some people here who can't really hear. We want it to be nice and peaceful and very quiet. That way everybody can hear each candidate's presentation. Please. Okay? Thank you. And let's get this started. Okay? Candidate number 1.
Can everybody hear me? My throat is a little bit sore, sorry. Actually, I don't have anything prepared, so I'm going to wing it. Most of you in this room know me. I've been here many, many years. You know, I'm a multiple unit owner. Can you hear me? Okay.
Not too good.
Not too good.
My throat is really sore. Is that better? Okay. My name is Douglas Myers. I've been in the village since the late 70s, most of my adult life. The last year and a half, I think, I've been on the board. It's been a really tough working year for me. I had no idea when I took on this responsibility what it entailed. You know, you've heard a lot of board members say that it's thankless, that there's always going to be people who criticize and who just like to complain for the sake of complaining. And I found that to be true, but I've also found a lot of people who appreciate your work, you know, when you donate your time. I think I've worked pretty hard this year. We accomplished a lot. We still have more to go. Along with many of the board members, we started beautifying the buildings. We fixed all the roofs. Michelle did an amazing job on the pool and the outside area. We're not getting a raise in maintenance or assessment this year. We found an attorney, Christopher Trapani, who's been amazing in collections, offsetting the 90 to 110 people that haven't been paying their maintenance through the foreclosure or short sales. And that's been offsetting and enabling us not to give a raise in maintenance or assessments. Hopefully that will continue, and it would only, under my leadership or part of it, there will never be a raise in maintenance or assessment unless it's absolutely, positively necessary. It'll be minimal. We want to get the most bang for the buck. We want the place to be beautiful. We want it to be safe. We want it to be run fairly. We want it to be open. I mean, I'm sure you've heard a lot of rumors. I can't even defend myself. There will be lawsuits in the future, I can tell you that. I will be starting lawsuits. I mean, some of the things are absurd. The people who really know me know that they're ridiculous. Nothing short of that. What else? Let me see. We did the roofs. We maintained the maintenance. We did the pool area. We've beautified some of the buildings. We have more to go. Everything's on par. I mean, I worked really hard this year. Jennifer worked hard on the buildings. A lot of people worked on the budget. I mean, in all the years that I've been here, this is some of the best group of people I have personally worked with. Obviously, you'll hear a difference of opinion from the opposition, but if you look at the facts over the year, think about it. I mean, we've made more improvements with what we had to deal with in a very, very long time. And I'm proud of it. I worked really, really hard, and I'm gonna work hard again for another year. I don't know how long 3 minutes? Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Candidate number 2.
Good evening. My name is Terry Tersigny. My wife and I moved here 4 years ago, and when we first moved here, what we did, we started on our own unit, and then from there we started fixing, and then it just went into the building, and then we decided if we wanted to beautify the entire community, upgrade everything, get everything running, we needed to get involved more, and we did. She got on the board, and then I got on the board after that, and she resigned as president due to illness and other things, and then I took over from there. But before we came down here, I said I didn't really want to move to Florida. I liked where I was. Our family was there for 50 years, but now that I'm here 4 years, I really enjoy living here. I love the place, and the difference, there's just a difference. There's no argument now that we definitely have $1 million to work with, and the difference of opinion is whether we continue to beautify and finish the job. There's a few buildings to go, and that's about it. Everything else is done, or just hold off and you know, see what to do after that. I believe that I'm optimistic. I think that the money's going to keep coming in from the system that's been set up for collections. When we started out 2 years ago, there were almost 300 people either not paying anything or paying very little or on and off paying. Now we're down to about 90 people, and that's a significant increase. And in all fairness, 2 years ago, before, when we took over, they didn't have that much money coming in because there were 200 less people paying, okay? That's less money. Plus we got money from the past, and over the year we collected almost, it's over 500,000 this year, and they didn't really have a system in place. Maybe they were just bickering amongst each other on how to go about it. They had poor legal people, changes of management companies. It wasn't really the board's fault. But we brought in a dynamite attorney, Christopher Japani. He started out with 1. He said, give me 2 and I'll show you what I can do. And he showed us. And immediately he came up with a check for $26,000, and the people paid. He has a system in which if you don't pay, they take title. And at that time, a lot of hostility, and it was coming back on me. People were coming to me and saying, you know, hey, I never had to pay. I lived here 5 years. Now you're president and I have to pay. I said, yeah, you do, and I'm the reason. You know, if you don't pay, you can't live here. It just couldn't go on like that. We were all paying the difference, and we were ready for an assessment. Then the money came, and I was optimistic that this collection system would kick in, and it did. And you know, the difference right now is whether we want to keep going, finish the job. It's going to be about $175,000 to finish the rest of the buildings. That's what I estimate. And you know, you all seen the figures. That's the money we have left. I think we should finish the job. in all fairness, we should finish the other buildings. The first 5 are done, well, the 5th is almost done, and there's a few more buildings to go. I think we should finish up, keep the system that we have in place. We put a good security system in place. That's saving some money, and then we're self-managed, and that's saving money as well. Yeah, a few mistakes were made, but it's you know, nowhere near what it would cost if we bought in a management.
Okay, sorry, the time is up. Candidate number 3, please.
Hi, my name is Marvin Towel. Some of you know me. For those of you who don't, I'll just give a brief background. I moved to South Florida in 2003 and looked for a central location to rent, and very fortunately found an apartment here. I started looking around for a place to buy when I realized I was going to move here permanently, and I found that I could somewhat duplicate the amount of amenities in some other places, mainly in Palm Beach County, for anywhere from 2 to 4 times the amount that the units were selling for here. But for no amount of money could I reproduce the pure beauty of this place. And to this day, every day that I turn into Inverrary Drive and see all the greenery, I just take a deep breath, and I'm so grateful to be here. I just love this place. And I cannot consider myself moving anywhere else. By the way, I lived in San Diego for 16 years before coming here. And now I wouldn't go back there on a bet. I'm very happy where I am. I did get active with the association fairly early on. I served for 2 years on the board, and I've also served on 10 different committees. Application and amendments, architecture, budget, construction, laundry, and so on and so forth. So I care about this place, and I still want to participate. Now, at the time I left the board, I kind of told myself, that's it, I gave my 2 years, that's fine, let somebody else do it. But after what I've seen going on for the last 1.5 to 2 years, I felt I wanted to do something about it. I am very, very concerned about our condo finances, about how the association is spending my money, our money. There have been so many occasions, I can list them, where there has not been an accurate accounting of how the money is being spent, who is spending the money. I was on the recent Budget and Finance Committee, and we spent months and months and months trying to get accurate figures so we could give the board an accurate budget so they can vote on it. The people who control the board prevented us from getting those figures continuously, and to this day, an accurate budget they have prevented an accurate budget from being presented to the membership. And that's why in your packet, part of what you received in your election packet is a waiver of reserves. What you're supposed to get in that packet is an actual budget showing reserves and not reserves. You didn't get that because they continuously, and to this moment, are keeping that information from you. So I'm concerned about what they're doing with my money, and because of that, this is why I'm running. And that's basically it. I'm willing to serve again on the board, and I can absolutely promise you that if I and the people that I've worked with and I know before are elected to the board, you will know to the penny how all the money is spent every time in any way. It will be open, it will be transparent, it will not be the way it's been for the last 1.5 to 2 years. Thank you.
Please, audience, please. Thank you. Telephone.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ed Kaufman, and I'm a lawyer. And I'm the vice president of the association. And I've been vice president for quite a while, serving with Terry Tersidi and my other board members. Not only am I a lawyer, but I retired. At least I thought I retired in 2000, but it hasn't worked out that way. I've been just as active as I ever was when I was in full practice. Now, I'm not only am I a retired lawyer, but I'm a retired Navy officer. And I served 5 years in World War II and the Korean War. And I analogize that to a ship. And we have a ship, and I have a captain here. The captain is Terry Tersidi. And he's been at the helm for a good long period of time, and we're cruising in smooth waters and doing well. We have a crew that is functioning and well functioning, and that has brought this association into closer to bank compliance, so that sometime mortgages will once again be given freely by the banks, which they're not doing here in International Village. So I don't want to go over the same ground that Terry and Douglas went over, but I want to continue on the same course that we've been on, that is good financial management. It's very important that we embark on that which is causing the greatest leak in our finances, and that is water. And that I pledge myself to work towards achieving some type of water conservation, because our water bills run about $500,000 a year. And I want to pledge myself to working towards that end. And as far as the apartments that I'm in, I have put in what you call high efficiency toilets. Just recently put in 6 of them at my own expense. And we want to talk to everyone about what they can do to help us to plug some of the money leak that is literally going down the toilet. So, anyway, I want to keep this ship going on a straight course, a good course, with good people. Don't change the crew when things are going good. At least you know what you have, and things are going good. And you'll shortly get the budget in the mail. It's coming in the mail. A budget is an estimate, and budgets are like beauty. Budgets are in the eye of the beholder. And we measure what we do against what the budget is, and it's always subject to revision as time goes on. So don't let the word budget be a word that is going to screw you up, and think that it's of such great importance that a budget be made according to what someone thinks it should be at this time. It's still a goal that we want to achieve, and we see if we will achieve it.
Thank you. Thank you for the class. My name is Dan Coco, and a lot of you know me. I've been here for approximately 20 years. My family lives here. Between all of us, we own 4 units, between my sister, my daughter, and myself. And like Marvin, I love International Village. And to quote the words of a friend of mine, Dr. Lebo, Mark Lebo, who lives in one of the cabanas, he said that they're going to take him out of here feet first. And I feel the same way.
I'm going to stay here. I like it, and there's just no better place I've ever lived. And as far as the serving on the board goes, I've served on the board for the last year, or maybe more, give or take. And I'm not a financial expert, or I'm not an accountant, but there seems to be a problem with the budget, and math is a science, so eventually I think we're going to be able to figure it out. But until then, I'm going to take the kind of position of being a little more conservative about spending. I think that certain things have to be done and we have to spend money on it, but I think we should stretch some of this stuff out so that in case of some kind of an emergency, that we don't run out of funds. Nobody wants to see a big maintenance increase or anything, and I don't want to see one either. And I know a lot of people are living paycheck to paycheck here, and it could be a real problem for some people if there was a maintenance or an assessment. So that's my feeling on that. As far as sales and leases, my expertise is in real estate. I've been able to help on sales and leases, and I'm available to help on sales and leases if asked to do so. I feel there's a few security issues that are not major, and I'd like to get a little more involved in the security end of it. But outside of that, I'm very happy here, made a lot of friends. I know a lot of you have been here for a while. I've served as president for a while, and I just think that on the board right now, we just need a little more civility, that's all. Just being a little more civil to each other and just showing each other a little more respect, that's all.
Number 6, please. Number 6.
Hi, I'm Colette Goslin. I know a lot of you because I was on the board back after Hurricane Wilma. And we had a lot of issues to deal with back then. I think our board worked very well together in getting a lot of the damage taken care of, roofs replaced. We worked very hard. We had a lot of things that were in front of us that we had to go through to get things fixed. We ended up having to take a $7 million loan because we didn't have any reserves. One of the things that I am very concerned with is again, like Marvin said, our financial situation. I have not seen a financial statement, and I don't know how long. I haven't seen the budget for this year, the budget last year. We're spending a lot of money. I want to see how that takes out line by line. And as of the laws of the condominium 718, we should be able to get that every single month. We should know where our finances are any month, and we as unit owners should be able to go into the office and say, oh, can I see the financial statement for the month of December 2011? And there should be no hesitation, there should be nothing, it should be there and there you go. And you know, if you want it copied, you can get it copied. Or it can be emailed to us. I think that's one of the things. I don't really know what's been going on here. I know we're spending a lot of money on the buildings, which I think they deserve after all these years. But the other thing I'd like to see too is we need a maintenance program. We don't need to go in and just beautify our buildings. We need a program that's going to come and take care of our roofs on a regular, monthly, bi-monthly, whatever basis. Go up, clean up the scuppers, make sure there's no leaks. Make sure if the roofs are starting to see wear and tear, that, you know what, we get it fixed before it becomes a leaking problem. Same with our plumbing. What are we doing there? I hear horror stories of plumbing leaks in units, and our buildings are old. We need to start maintaining this. I know myself, I've just done a lot of work to my condominium unit. I put over $12,000 into it in the last couple months. I don't want somebody's unit next to me leaking and wrecking everything that I've done. And yes, I do have insurance, but you know what? I shouldn't have to put in an insurance claim if we're not taking care of our buildings. On insurance, that is one of my expertises. I've been in the insurance business for over 35 years. I am a licensed agent in the state of Florida, so in prior terms on the board, I have looked at our program, helped consult with that so that we were getting the best for our money and our best for our coverage. One thing that concerns me about the insurance is that all these lawsuits that we keep happening, sooner or later we're not going to get D&O insurance because companies look at that, and if there's constant lawsuits and they're constantly having to defend us, our insurance rates are going to go through the roof, and at some point, we will be uninsurable. And then what are we going to do? That covers anybody on the board for fiduciary responsibility and actions. So that's another concern. Thanks.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jerry Miro, and the question I have to myself is, why am I running for the board? I'm here for 6 months. I'm not here all year round, but this is my home. This is my mailing address, and I have more than one unit in the village, and I like it here. When I'm here, I know a lot of people now, and I feel very comfortable. There was an 18-month period that I was here all that time because my father was sick and needed someone around. But for the most part, I'm only here for 6 months. So, as I said, why am I running for the board? I have a problem when I go to meetings and see how meetings are conducted and seeing the results of the meetings, and I particularly have a problem with the 4 board members who are currently running. 3 of them were appointed, and all 4 now are running for the board. And I don't believe they know the difference between right and wrong. I think they think that might makes right. And I believe in honesty, transparency, and fiscal responsibility. That's what I'm standing for. And it's simple enough. I had sent out a letter to people, and I listed the $10,000 in fines for not meeting Florida state condo deadlines, a $15,000 judgment against us that we had to pay because those board members chased our hairdresser out of the village salon. And she went and sued the association for what they did. And the association